Christmas time is drawing near, there's tinsel in the mall. But I've noticed there are some who barely seem to care at all about the reason for these 12 days, which is why I have to say I think it's time for a reminder about the reason for this holiday. You might think that Christmas is a time for giving thanks, but giving thanks won't profit shops and banks. And if retail profits tumble, as anyone can see, we'll have to cut jobs in our service industry. So when you buy your gifts this year, you'll really spread some joy, not to the people who receive them, but the people you employ to sell you stuff that you don't need. It's good economic management. We've put our plans up front. Stop the recession. Everybody buy some gifts that no one wants. So this Christmas, you know, it really doesn't matter what you buy for your friends and loved ones, as long as you buy them something. You can get them like one of those plastic fish in a Santa hat that sings Christmas carols that'll be smashed in a fit of rage on Boxing Day and thrown in the bin. Or maybe it's a new smartphone made by the forced labour of an ethnic minority in China. Your friend probably needs a new smartphone because the one they have was designed to stop working properly after a year or two, keep the demand high. If not that, maybe a new garment. You know, one of the ones that costs extra because it has an advertisement printed on the front of it, made by underpaid workers in a foreign country that aren't allowed to unionise and don't get to take sick days. Just whatever you do, make sure you're giving something to the people in your life this Christmas. Because to not be giving people gifts on Christmas Day, well, you'd seem downright unkind, uncaring. Some might even say callous or cruel. You think that Christmas is a time for helping those in need, so help them be the best that they can be. You could offer them a hand, but you might only hurt their pride. You don't know what's best for them. The market can decide. So if you feel this year you should be giving to the poor, don't give your money to a charity. Concentrate on buying more. You know, all that spending pays wages and shareholders. And if buying junk that no one needs to save jobs seems perverse, I can't tell you how, but socialism's worse. It's like that old saying, you know, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. We might not eat for a while actually, because there aren't many fish left in the rivers these days. Maybe I'll put it another way. You could give someone $1,000 on Christmas Day and they'll buy the things they need for Christmas. But if you spent that money instead on an assortment of ironic t-shirts, brand name cosmetics and DVD box sets, on the off chance that one of them will make a good present for a friend, you might stimulate the economy enough for that person to be underemployed in a precarious casual job for months or even years. And you might say that's an inefficient way to spread money around the economy, but at the same time as supporting low-paid casual jobs, you'll also be adding thousands of tons of unwanted plastic to our waterways and millions of tons of CO2 to the atmosphere. So, well, if that's not efficiency, I don't know what is. You think the Christmas spirit is to be contented with your lot, but really it's to think about the things you haven't got. You haven't got the life you wanted, it's easy to see why. The more you think you're happy then, the less you're gonna buy. And you've never got enough even with everything you need, because the price of your possessions should define your self-esteem. And we need more consumer spending so more of us can work, and you'll buy more if you question your self-worth. So if you find yourself on Christmas staring about at the festive refuse strewn under the tree, feeling like there's something missing you can't define, well, don't worry. That's as a normal a part of Christmas as being given clothes that won't fit you. Because from every pop-up on your smartphone to every billboard at the mall, you know, all the ads you see are designed to make you feel like you're missing something, that you need to be happy. Lucky for you, it's something you can buy. Not so lucky, there's always more stuff to buy, isn't there? And that's just how it has to be, really, because we could tell people instead that lasting happiness comes from intangible things like friendship and responsibility, but, well, if everyone believed that, they wouldn't spend their money on luxury cars and designer sunglasses, would they? And then what would we do with all the unemployed luxury brand CEOs? I mean, they've got no practical skills to fall back on. I guess we could find some way of collecting the money people aren't spending on expensive status symbols now that they know fulfillment doesn't come from a department store. Organise a way to give it to the people that need it, maybe in the form of an unemployment benefit that's enough to live on. But then we'd be giving people something for nothing. I'm pretty sure that's not what Christmas is about. It's best if no one feels fulfilled and very few content. That's the kind of populace that gets its money spent. So most will be left yearning, a few will feel content. But if there's economic growth this year, it's money all well spent. Thank you, folks, and Merry Christmas.